Yo, what's up, everybody? How you doing? This is your Coach Renz, and like many of you, a few days ago, a few weeks, some have known longer, that Orlando Jones was fired from the show The American Gods. American Gods is a miniseries on Stars that shows the struggle between the belief in the old gods and the belief in the new gods. The new gods being like technology, the internet, things like that. Whereas the old gods are the ones that you know about. They're, Odin and Anansi and Chernobog and Thor and Estor and Jesus. These are all the old gods. The Jinn, these are the old gods. And they exist based on people's belief in them. Same with the new gods. People's belief and utilization of them gives them what they worship. You worship, then you scroll and you worship in Facebook, so it's the internet, it's the new god. But the Anansi character was dismissed, even though he plays a very pivotal part in the entire series by Neil Gaiman. He was dismissed, fired, because they said that his message to black people was the wrong message to black people. And this guy right here is the writer who they say can write from the male black perspective. Y'all, we gotta break out of the matrix that they got us in. We got to learn how to maneuver in this matrix that they got us in. The level of the matrix that we're in, we have to get out of that level. We're gonna talk about that in just a second, but first, let me calm myself in a word from the companies that I own. I'd like to take a moment to thank all our sponsors. For everyone on Patreon who supports this channel through your monthly donations, you are greatly appreciated. And I look forward to providing you free content as well as exclusive live video chats. You will also be able to receive discounts on products from Uncle Ren's Popcorn as well as coaching from Coach Renz. This video is also sponsored by Uncle Ren's Popcorn, where you can get 25 flavors of delicious gourmet popcorn, from salt and vinegar to strawberry cheesecake, from caramel and cheddar to bacon jalapeno, and many others like cookies and cream. I greatly appreciate everyone who supports us at Uncle Ren's Popcorn. This channel is also supported by Coach Renz, where you can not only get all your life coaching, your relationship coaching, but also get your business coaching from Coach Renz, as we teach you how to move your hobbies into a business, not a job for yourself, but a business. We also teach you life principles of leadership and meditation. So go to CoachRenz.com and support the sponsors of this channel. All right, thank you, everybody. Please hit the subscribe button. It helps grow the channel. We're trying to hit that 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. We got a couple of weeks, but we can get it done. I believe in you guys, so please hit that subscribe button. And matter of fact, like 50% of y'all who listen, or 49% who watch these videos, you're not subscribers. So hit the subscribe button. What can it hurt? But it only helps. So Orlando Jones, the show American Gods. I'm reading it from, I've read the things from Twitter. I've read everything from, I read a lot of the stuff from Variety Magazine and TMZ, all these different publications, their conversations. But the main thing I'm looking at is what Orlando Jones said himself, and the way things happen, and what the studio themselves said, and how it doesn't jive with what they actually did. So let's go through this a little bit. For many of you may not have seen this show, but Orlando Jones, American Gods, is a great show. For a person like myself who have studied all these different religions and things like that, it was a great show when I first saw it. They showed how the leprechaun gets to America through belief. They showed how the Vikings brought Odin over in belief. That's Mr. Wednesday, through belief. That all these people brought these gods to America through their beliefs, and their belief has existed somehow intertwined. Esther, she shares Easter with Jesus, and there's like 50 Jesus characters. There's Mexican Jesus, black Jesus, white Jesus, Orthodox Jesus. There's Jesuses of different types, because we have all these different types of Jesus's characterizations in the way people see Jesus. So for those who are going to say there's only one Jesus, it's about how people see it, and how people see it is how they worship it. And we can talk about that on a whole nother video about how everybody gods look like them. All right. So Anansi is a West African spider god. He's a god of wisdom, god of knowledge, god of trickery, Anansi came over through the African slave trade, the transatlantic slave trade. The god is part of the whole Caribbean tradition, but also when you read Brer Rabbit, or Brer Rabbit, however you say it, Brer Rabbit, that is based on the stories of Anansi. Anansi is also the god that knows all the story. He collects wisdom, new thoughts, loves to invigorate new thoughts, go against authority. So the writing of this character has to show and demonstrate that. And there's two main speeches that he made. And if I had the copyrights, I will play them. So go find them. Maybe I'll find the link and put it at the in the description of this video. But there are two main speeches, especially one, the first one that he gives in his introduction as to who Anansi is, that stirred black people, that made black people take notice, that actually got black people to watch this show. Even though Shadow is a black guy, people weren't watching because the main co-lead is a black guy. When Anansi stepped onto the stage, when his speech went viral, and I am not going to give you the fullness of the speech because, well, one, I try not to use profanity, but the other reason is that it's something you really have to see Orlando Jones act out himself. But basically, it's at the bottom of a Dutch slave ship, and these West Africans are calling to Anansi for his mother and what's going to happen to him, and he comes down dressed in purple and splendor, which is the color of Anansi, royalty. And Anansi, it tells them basically that you're screwed. He uses a different term, but you're screwed. That these Dutch people are going to put you through 300 years of subjugation, of slavery. And you don't even know that you're black. That's how you say black. They white and you're black. And you don't even know that you're black. You don't even know that you're dead. Yeah, when one of them asked Anansi, if we burn the ship, we will all die too. And he was like, you're dead and you don't even know it. He tells them how you will, even after slavery is over, you're going to get screwed over through Jim Crow laws. You're going to get screwed out of jobs and opportunities, that police will be able to shoot you and you won't even matter. You got to go and watch it. You got to go and watch it. And he told him, and this is what the statement from the studio was, that angry gets shit done. The anger gets it done. And he was told that the Anansi character, teaching black people that anger gets things done, is not a message, a good message for black people. And that this guy, Charles, is writing from a black male's perspective. He said that that's why they let him go. Well, they didn't say that's why they let him go. That's part of the reason why they let him go. But they said they let him go because his character doesn't feature that much in the third season, the third book, in the direction that they're going. So they took out his character. When I've read the books, and some of the other characters did not feature as much as they showed them in the second season or the first season. Matter of fact, with Chernobog and his 3 women, one of those women don't even exist in mythology nor the book. But yet, she's there. One of the women who watched the stars to keep the bear from coming, she's there with Chernobog. And speaking of Chernobog, in his second speech, there are 4 main black gods in this show. 4 main ones. There are other gods of color, but 4 main ones. There's Anansi. There's Thoth, right? There's Anubis. They run the Thoth and Anubis. Anubis escort people to the dead, into the afterlife. Thoth writes down the histories of man and the histories of a person. So they're kind of benign characters. They don't really do much. And then there's Bilquis. Bilquis is also thought to be the Queen of Sheba. She's a goddess of love, but she's been transformed into a prostitute, is how you meet her. She's a prostitute. And love has become a thing of prostitution, of just sex. So they've reduced her to just that, and then she's been utilized by the new guys to become part of their crew. And Wednesday is recruiting Anansi to help get her back because he needs a queen, and to get the other black guys to help him because the new guys killed, I can't say her name right, but they killed Chernobog's sister, Ashanyaya, something Chinyaya. They killed her. And so now Chernobog is pissed, and his hammer will swing for her. But Anansi reminds them that if it was a black guy that died, that was killed by the new guys, that Chernobog's hammer would not swing. Would not swing. So he challenges them to the fact that every 30 seconds, a girl of melanated skin is being snatched into the slave trade. Snatched every 30 seconds. And we know that this is true today. He tells them that they built a pipeline for black people through education and right into the prisons, which we see that through the Clintons, more black people have been incarcerated during their time frame than anybody else, and through his policy than anybody else. And that prison industrial complex was born and raised and grew through the Clintons. And yet, the majority of us support him and thinks of him in a good light and follow that party in a good light. We're in a matrix. We're all in a matrix. I was asked recently, how do we escape the matrix? There is no escape from the matrix. It's merely matrices on top of matrices on top of matrices on top of matrices. And what you're seeing, and we're going to do a lot of videos over the next few weeks about the matrices, the different matrices, and how to navigate through them and what they really are. But for this video, Orlando Jones, who was brought in to write for this show, who was still out promoting the show before they fired him. They didn't tell him. And then they told him that this guy is right. Is the guy to write for the perspective of the black male. Can you not see? Can you not remove the veil that's covering your eyes? I will never watch this show again. It's easy to say, easy to do. It's not a big deal. And at the end of the day, the show knows that most people will just go on about their day, trying to live, trying to pay their bills, trying to get a little bit up in life, living within the matrix of what they've created. You see, within the matrix, there are a group of people that realize that we exist on different planes of consciousness. It's called the law of correspondence in the Hermetics. And in knowing that we exist on different planes of consciousness and understanding different worlds of physical and spiritual and energetic being, they know that they can control those on the higher plane of consciousness control those on the lower planes of consciousness. And if you exist here only in this physical realm, then you are easily controlled by those on the higher mental and spiritual realms. So those who think that they can control this matrix, they do so by acquiring power. One of those powers is the power to determine what you see through the little box you call a TV, a phone, an iPad, whatever it is. Whatever shows you use for escapism. They know that they can control that. They say that they can control information. You see, they said that angry get stuff done is not good for black people, because if you have black people who are angry, then they realize that integration was probably more than likely the worst thing that could have happened to them if they decided to stay in America. You see, slavery was a horrible thing. Physical slavery was that. But the worst thing that happened was the mental slavery that occurred during and after and still is persistent today. You see, that mental slavery made people think that once integration happened, that whatever was white was right. And white is better. Anansi says that in his second speech, that a white person is considered to be naturally good. So if a white person does something bad, then that's a good person doing a bad thing. But a black person is naturally considered to be bad. So if a black person does a good thing, then they're just waiting for his true nature to show. That's the mentality. And guess what? They put you in that mentality as well. If you're walking around and you're melanated, they put you in that same category. You're thinking the same way. That's the only reason why when integration happened, we left the black business to go to the white business, to support the white business, to say, here, take my money. I'm going to prove to you that you're going to take my money. Not saying to themselves like, you know what, here's the deal, American government. You give, for every dollar you give to that white school, you need to give that same dollar to this black school. For every road you build in this white neighborhood, you need to build that same road in this black neighborhood. For every economic supportive infrastructure that you put into the white neighborhood, you got to put it into the black neighborhood. When I go to court, I expect the same justice that white person got. I expect the same justice as a black man, that I should get the same treatment. The prisons that are for white people should be the same prisons that are for black people. The way a policeman is paid in the white neighborhood should be the same way a policeman is paid in the black neighborhood. And the same training should go. See, it should have been, we just want equality. The opportunity to be the best we possibly can be. And if white America really understood how to build a nation, then they would have said we can't subjugate any one group over the other. We have to make sure all groups come up, because the pain of one will infect the others, like gangrene. But now they look at the gangrene and we say, cut it off, cut it off, cut it off, cut it off. And when the gangrene rises up and tries to attack the body, then we want to cut it off, cut it off, cut it off. So when he said that anger is good, they decided to cut him off. Because anger is not a good message for black people. Imagine if black people truly got angry at the fact that the majority of businesses in their community is not owned by them. That the majority of business in your community is owned by a white person, Asian person, or Indian person. That the majority of housing in your neighborhood is owned by a white person, an Asian person, or Indian person. That black people don't own the property. We don't own the business. We don't own the political infrastructures in the majority of our areas and neighborhood either. Yeah, we have one councilman, one senator, one congressman, and we've had one biracial president. What good did it do to the average black person? What good did it do? Think about the matrix that we exist in. You know, Neo was offered a red pill and a blue pill. I don't know which hand it was. But he was offered a red pill and a blue pill. But in this matrix, there's a green pill. That green pill gives you power and influence over those who take the blue pill. Those who take the red pill, they only believe they stepped outside the matrix. But others take this green pill where they stay inside this version of the matrix, this level of the matrix, but they gain power and control over you. There's a green pill. But see, most of us have taken the blue pill. And the problem with people who are taking the blue pill, just like Morpheus said, they will often fight you to maintain their reality, to maintain the status quo, to maintain what it is. Black people have taken the blue pill wholeheartedly, in earnest. The blue pill was taken because we allowed our neighborhoods to become run down, and then we look at them and say that that's not a good place for me to live. As soon as I can make it out of here, I'm getting out of here. We took the blue pill because we see that a black person can own a restaurant that makes chicken wings and fries, and then when an Asian come in and makes chicken wings and fries, you run to it. We took the blue pill because we will live in a food desert where there aren't grocery stores in plentifully around our neighborhoods, but yet we live in a fast food jungle because there's a fast food restaurant. There's a convenience store. There's some raggedy food that's bad for you, that's plentiful around you. And we'll live in that. And we'll run to it. Oh, Popeye's got a new chicken sandwich. Let me go get it. Form a line around the building. Oh, but my sister opened up a business. I'm not going to repost her business. I'm not going to share her business. I'm not going to shop at her business. Oh. But here's some Hollywood person. They're opening up a Juicy Crab Shack. Let me go there. Let me run there. I saw them online. I saw them do something with their little thing. Let me run to them. Let me give them their props. Let me run. Yeah, we go do that. Why? Because we swallowed the blue pill. We swallowed the blue pill. Now, if you thought about chakras, blue is to represent your voice. But in this aspect, the voice is being controlled by those who took the green pill. Those who said the green pill puts me in government. The green pill puts me in charge of money, of finances. It allows me to say what's going into your food. It allows me to say what's coming in through your television set or through your phone, what you're watching on YouTube. The blue pill says that, hey, YouTube, even though that's where this video is posted, is one of the places it's posted in Facebook, I don't like your content. I'm going to demonetize your content because I don't like it, because it tells black people to get angry. You see, he tells them that anger is good because anger gets things done. How many times have you got so fed up with your situation to the point where it drove you to a point of anger that you did a 180 and changed your life? I've done it plenty of times. As a matter of fact, the fact that you are in pain and you then convert that pain to the emotion of anger is what has made you change more things in your life than you just saying, it would be nice. It would be nice if I had a house. No, it is the anger and the frustration of living in apartments where people bring their bugs and their roaches. People living in apartments where you hear people's noises above you or below you. Living into these apartments where you're paying $1,200 a month in a rent for 2 bedrooms when you could be paying $1,200 a month for a 5-bedroom house. It is that anger that makes you finally say, you know what, I'm going to stop spending more money than I make. I'm going to save my 10%. I'm going to pay my bills to get my credit in line so that I can finally get a house. And you take 10 years, you get your house. It is the anger that moved you that way. It is anger when you watch black man after black man after black man and black woman after black woman be harassed by police and killed by police and unfairly locked up and beaten by police, that finally makes you stand on a corner and protest. But it is true anger that makes you police your own communities to ensure that the police are doing the right thing. It wasn't, the niceties of it that got the original Black Panther Party out there on the streets. No, it was the anger that got Newton out there. It was the anger. It was the anger that got Dr. King out there. Dr. King had plenty of years that he saw Jim Crow, plenty of years that he saw unfairness, mistreatment. But it was the anger that made him finally go to Alabama. It was the anger that did it. The anger that caused Malcolm to change his life. It was the anger. Anger gets things done. You know it happened in your life. But you're afraid of it. But more importantly, they're afraid of it. Those who took the green pill, they are afraid that if you see the power that they wield over you, and you get angry about it and start changing it, then they lose their ability to control you. When you start deciding what's going to be on your YouTubes and this streaming service or that streaming service. When it's your anger that says that I'm going to build my community and buy the house in my community and patrol the community patrol my community. It is when that anger happens, you take away the power of those who took the green pill, those who enforce the police state, those who enforce the monetary police state, those who enforce the governmental police state. It is the anger. So when Orlando Jones was fired from this show, I wanted to get more information and just go off, because uncontrolled anger is like a forest fire. It just burns everything. Burns everything. But focused anger, it's like a laser. It pinpoints. It's accurate. It takes out its targets and burns a hole deep into its core. You see, if you was truly angry, black man, black woman, you wouldn't let them divide us through religion. You wouldn't let them divide us through economics. You wouldn't let them divide us through education. You would look at another black man or black woman and you would see their value. Not the value that they've told you that they have. Not the value that you, whether you realize it or not, you give off when you make certain statements, when you do certain things. When you see a black person doing work, but you assume that a white person doing the same work is better? Nah. But it also, black business owner, don't expect me to keep coming there if you don't have a good product. Don't expect me to keep coming there if you don't have good customer service. Don't expect me to keep coming there if you are not timely. Now, this is not an excuse for all y'all who say, see, that's why I don't go. No, that's not why you don't go. Some of y'all don't even walk in the door. As soon as you see that it's owned by a black person, you don't even walk in the door. I know you don't. I see it all the time. But it's the ones who are out there doing business, doing work. Now, if I had a Tyler Perry or a Beyonce come on and say, oh, I love Uncle Ren's popcorn, y'all would buy it. Not because of the quality of the product, not because of the service, not because of anything like that, but because some person who took the green pill is telling you to do it. What you should be doing is saying, oh, I see Uncle Ren's popcorn. I've never had it before. Let me try it. I'm going to order. Oh, it got here in a timely manner. Oh, it tastes very good. I'm going to keep supporting it. It's a good business. That's it. That's it. That's how I judge every business. That's how I judge every business. I just had some roti from the International Roti House on Covington Highway in Lithonia, Georgia. Decatur, Georgia. I think that's a Decatur address. Yeah, Decatur, Georgia. I love the International Roti House. Is it the building? Is the whole plaza a rundown plaza? Yeah, it is. Do they own that plaza? No, they don't. They've been there for 30, 40 years. So I'm not asking them to move. Is the quality of their product great? It sure is. Is their customer service great? It sure is. Am I going to keep going back? I sure am. I'm going to enjoy it. Me and my fiance, we just went to Slutty Vegan. Was the place clean? Yes. Was the atmosphere energetic? Yes. Was the quality of the product great? Yes. Am I going back again? Yes. We got to get off our high horse as consumers, but we also got to get off our high horse as business owners. We have to take control of our community and our future. If we don't, then we're just going to let those people who took the green pill keep controlling us. We're going to let the green pill people keep advertising to you, telling you what you should buy and what you shouldn't buy. We're going to let the green pill people come up here and all of a sudden, they're going to make a song and they're going to do a little dance or they're going to become some sports athlete and you're going to listen to them, and that green pill person who's in front of you like that, they're the ones who are going to tell you how to live your life, and that's how you're going to live it, based on the green pill person. While you still here swallowing the blue pill. And for all y'all who think you took the red pill, you got to remember, Neo didn't own a business. He was a regular dude. People didn't pay attention to that, but Neo was like a slacker, a regular guy getting fussed at by his boss, not on time, antisocial. Neo wasn't the guy who was rich and wealthy and he gets on the stage and he talks to you and, oh, he's woke. No, he wasn't. He wasn't this super wise person who just knew all these things. He's just somebody who recognized that something is wrong, that the world is sick, that this plane of existence cannot be the end-all, be-all, and then you go from here to, you at the highest level with the Creator. No, that there are different planes of existence all throughout, that we live in matrices, and even within this physical reality, there are matrices at work. Neo is just a guy. He's the one. You're the one. You have to ask yourself, you could take the red pill, but does that make you aware and woke? Because think about it. Cypher was also in there. And we're going to talk about this a little bit more in a different video. But Cypher, he took the red pill, but oh, did he wish he had took the blue pill. And he was willing to get reinserted back into the matrix as what? A green pill. As an actor, as a person of influence, as an important person. And if you know, for all my computer geeks, his name was Cypher, but it wasn't spelled with the normal way you would spell cipher to mean to break codes and things like that, to figure things out. No, it was spelled in the way that cipher is spelled, meaning the computer programming number of zero, ones and zeros. Neo, 1, 0, Cypher, a 0, opposing opposites. Christ mind, the Judas mind, polar opposites of the brothers. Cain and Abel. It was right there in front of you. I don't know if you caught it, but we're going to talk more about that when we talk about our Matrix videos, that we're going to do quite a few Matrix videos over the next few weeks and months. breaking it down, the different matrices that we're in, and how. Because when this young man asked me the question, how do I navigate out of the matrix? First, can you escape from the matrix? And I was like, no. Well, how do I navigate around and through the matrix? The first thing I said is that you have to understand that there are matrices on top of matrices on top of matrices on top of matrices. That it is not just the physical plane of matter A, but there's the physical plane of matter A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. That there are so many different understanding and matrices within just one plane of existence. And we have to be able to navigate through those before we can even think about going to the next level of existence, the next conscious mind. Before we can even go to the samadhi or the Buddha mind. You know, the Hindu called this existence the Maya, the fake substantial reality, the one that was created for you to maneuver up to the next level. In the Gnostic, it's the demiurge that created this one, and there's a higher one above it. So we'll get into those things later of how the movies, The Matrix, kind of showed you that and broke the mold for it. But how do you navigate through it? It's one thing to know it, but how do you do it? How do you do it? That was the hero's journey of Neo. And Neo is not the one, it's the one inside you, not the one outside of you. So y'all have a great day. Remember, you got to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. And I'm telling you, I'm never watching American Gods again. But go find those two speeches by Orlando Jones for the god Anansi. And I'm telling you, if it does not move you, hell, I don't know what pill you took.